So let's welcome up here to the podium from Team 2020, Myq Kaplan.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. First, let me just say, I think Janeane Garofalo has won enough. Leave some winning for the rest of us. Now, in the 2020s, so I'm team 2020s. In the 1920s, Hitler was alive. And he was getting ready to do his thing. World War II was coming, the Holocaust was coming. In those 20s, they were headed right for it, and there was nothing they could do about it. Also, the Great Depression started in those 20s. People lost everything. Sure, those 20s might have started as roaring, but they eventually ended with a whimper, or the roaring continued, but it turned out to be the roaring of a lion that tore everyone to pieces, the lion being the economy. So maybe it was a bear, not a lion, because a bear market is something. The point is, people were metaphorically torn apart by a wild animal that wasn't a tiger, because that would have been great. Anyway, so Hitler alive, the Great Depression, also sliced bread. They didn't have it for most of the 20s. It only began being widely sold in 1928, possibly 27. Either way, the majority of that decade was full of people making sandwiches with whole loaves on either side. No. Today we say it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Meaning that sliced bread was a great, great thing that they mostly did not have back then. Now, you know what else they didn't have in the 20s? Symphony Space. You know about that? From Wikipedia, from 1915 to 1917, Vincent Astor spent $750,000 of his personal fortune on the Astor Market, a two-story mini mall of stands occupying the southwest corner of 95th and Broadway. The market proved a failure. Astor sold it to Thomas Healy. The stalls were demolished, and the main space was converted into a skating rink. Symphony Theater had an undistinguished history. That's from the internet. It had an undistinguished history. By the 70s, was used for boxing and wrestling. And look at it now. It was a failure, but in the 2020s, a success. So, that's where we are. That's what you're a part of it. In the 1920s, they didn't have all of the wonderful artists and creators that we have today. They didn't have the movies of Tom Hanks or the books of Ursula K. Le Guin. Even though Le Guin died in 2018, her work lives on today, as do all the artists' work of the past. We have access to everything from the past. They have nothing. They didn't know anything of it in the 20s. They didn't have living legends like Reggie Watts or Maria Bamford. They didn't have Dolly Parton. They didn't have Natasha Vaimblad or Brandon Collins or Janeane Garofalo back in the 1920s. They had never heard the music of the Beatles or whoever your favorite band is, probably, unless you're a big Gregorian chant head. They never experienced the kindness of Mr. Rogers. They had never seen Bob Ross paint a happy little tree. In the 1920s, they only knew sad, big trees. They didn't have anyone asking them, won't you be my neighbor? They didn't know all you need is love. They were trying all kinds of other things, but the secret was love all along, and no one knew that until the Beatles sang it. Now, we know it, and everything is fine. But also, do you know what the plumbing was like back then? Me either, but I don't think it was good. You know, I think everything smelled like pee a lot more, and hygiene wasn't as good, medicine wasn't as good, people got sick more, people didn't bathe as much. Bidet technology has surely increased since then. Now, my mom once told me that she went on a date with a man, and he said that his favorite time of life was high school. He missed that. And that didn't resonate with my mom. I asked her what her favorite time was, and she said, today. My favorite time is today, because that's the one that's happening now. And my mom is right. So I don't think we need to experience the rest of the show. I know everyone prepared a lot. I'm excited to see it. But I think we can all agree that the present must be better than the past, because the present exists, and the past does not anymore. It's the only one that's real, the present. It's like when I learned in philosophy class 20 years ago, which isn't real, that's St. Aquinas' position was that if God had all of the best qualities, that would include existence, because an existing God is more perfect than a non-existing God. And whether or not God exists, the 2020s are divine because they exist, and the 1920s are satanic because They are only theoretical at this point. And when they did exist, if they even did at all, which they did not, they didn't have sliced bread, they hadn't defeated fascism, and they smelled like piss. And in the 2020s, 2 out of 3 isn't bad. And we're working on the fascism. Thank you very much.